Hello and welcome to Bureau Bites, a regular pod bite bringing you news from Vietnam and the region. I'm Matt Cowan, the Bureau Chief and your host. Thank you for joining me for this quick bite. Well, the outbreak of COVID-19 worldwide has dominated the news for weeks now, with stories of illness and death, economic hardship and isolation. In Vietnam, while there haven't been any recorded deaths due to the virus yet, daily news headlines report the latest infections, sometimes including the details of the apartment complex or business premises in which people detected with the virus are associated with. This means there hasn't been a lot of room at the top of local and global news feeds for positive, uplifting, feel-good stories. Until this week, that is, when stories of wild animals flourishing in quarantine cities provided us with some hope and an upside to a story that has until now been heartbreaking. Stories like the reappearance of dolphins in Venice and the visibility of fish in its canals caught our attention online. There had also apparently been a group of elephants that had sauntered through a village in Yunnan, China, had then got drunk off corn wine and passed out in a tea garden. It appeared that the animals were bouncing back. Or were they? National Geographic, in an article a few days later, warned us that the stories weren't true. They had been fabricated and then shared more than 1 million times online. How did this happen? And perhaps more importantly, why do we let this happen? In an effort to find out more, I spoke to Megan Lee from PR Newswire, based in Ho Chi Minh City. Megan, thank you for joining Bureau Bites.
Hey Matt, thank you for having me.
Why do so many untruths go viral?
I guess it's because it's a free word out there on social media or the internet in general, so everyone has their own platforms to express their opinions and write about things and share things. So it's very easy for fake news to go viral. And it's true, bad news travel faster than good news, especially if something related to your own safety, health issues, and that requires you to act or react about it. For example, if I'm telling you today is a beautiful day, if you just there's a storm coming to Ho Chi Minh City today, which news would you cover? Right?
What example comes to mind of an untruth on Vietnamese social media that went viral recently?
I think just about 2 weeks ago, a fake news about a patient number 17, the one that came back to Hanoi after traveling to Milan and London. And there was a rumor about where she'd been around Hanoi after being infected. And she attended Uniqlo opening or went clubbing in a popular Hanoian club in Old Quarter. And it caused so much panic to the Hanoians and effect on the business involved. So people were searching for the fan pages and asking many questions and tracking down who they were that day. And a few days later, I think the social media account that posted that news got fined by the police and cybersecurity team for spreading fake news without any proof to back up her statement.
How can consumers of news and social media safeguard themselves better from being scammed by fake news?
Personally, I think we need to read and share selectively, having your own filter. You should check from multiple sources, from local to international news, official government websites like the Ministry of Health. And during this critical time, you need to be even more aware and selective on what you read, so you don't cause unnecessary panic for yourself or other people around you. And stop for a moment before you share something and ask where that news is coming from. And I usually read from VN Express or Deutsche News, Tanning News, or maybe the New York Times, Reuters. If you want to find information about travel, you can seek information from your consulate or information that's available on the tourism board website.
And finally, do you have a memorable, uplifting, true story that has come across your desk at PR Newswire since the news of the COVID-19 virus broke?
Yeah, I have a few actually, because since we're launching a campaign to support the businesses to deliver news related to coronavirus situation. We have been receiving and delivering many positive news. Like a team of 5 Vietnamese engineers has been working nonstop for 12 hours to build an online dashboard, which you can monitor only global cases of infection in real time and allow Vietnamese internet users to catch up with like the latest and official news. And I'm sure you saw like the airports, some airports in Vietnam, like Vân Đồn International Airport, that they apply special process to receive flights from the area that affected by COVID-19, like bringing the Vietnamese passenger back from South Korea, for example. And besides that, we have like a lot of businesses helping the government and the community by donating money or masks or food supplies during this time. So I think like those are very positive news at the moment.
That was Megan Lee from PR Newswire in Ho Chi Minh City. Well, that's all for this Bureau Bite. If you liked what you heard, please review the Bureau podcast wherever you get your podcasts. This has been Matt Cowan. Until our next Pod Bite, keep up to date with what's happening in Vietnam and the region by going to thebureauasia.com and visiting Facebook and Instagram at The Bureau Asia.